About our president in Nigeria, and we have the first public statement from the Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari, speaking out for the first time about the massive fine slapped on MTN. So today was significant. He's confirmed that MTN is in talks with Nigeria's telecoms regulator to reduce the fine that still sits at a whopping $3.9 billion, and it's seeking to arrange a gradual payment. Now, Buhari was speaking at a press conference with South African President Jacob Zuma to mark the start of Zuma's two-day visit to Nigeria. It's widely expected that MTN's crippling fine will be on the agenda, as Buhari himself could make the final decision regarding the company's fate. The Nigerian leader did not give his own opinion on whether or not the fine should be reduced, but his comments do provide some insight into the thinking of the Nigerian government. MTN's violation was not to cut off SIM cards of unregistered subscribers in a country where unregistered phone numbers have been used by Boko Haram terrorists. Buhari says that MTN was very slow to cut off SIM cards and, quote, contributed to casualties. The SABC posed the question today. Buhari started answering with a joke. Let's listen in.
I thought they wouldn't remember to ask this question. But having asked about it, the MTN fine, which one of our institutions, the national NCC, they call it, imposed on MTN. This is the first time I'm personally, as a president, making a public comment about it. The concern of the federal government was basically on the security, not the fine imposed on MTN. You know how the unregistered GSM are being used by terrorists. And between 2009 and today, at least 10,000 Nigerians were killed by Boko Haram. At least 10,000. That was why NCC asked, the MTN and Glo and the rest of them to register GSMs. Unfortunately, MTN was very, very slow and contributed to the casualty. That's why NCC looked at its regulation and imposed that, fine on them. We left the security agencies and NCC and MTN to deal with the issue. Unfortunately for MTN, they went to court. Now, once you go to court, you virtually disarm the government, because the judiciary, if the federal government refuses to listen to the judiciary, it's going against its own constitution. Therefore, the government has to wait. I think MTN has seen that, so they have decided to withdraw the case and try to go back and negotiate with government agencies on how what they consider a very stiff charge or fine can be reduced and maybe be given time to pay gradually.
Well, MTN has so far paid $250 million towards that fine after dropping its legal case against the Nigerian Communications Commission. It's also made some allocation for a payment of the fine in its latest financial statements, but the provision is nowhere near the almost $4 billion owed. So we'll watch closely what comes out of those talks in Nigeria.